I had distinctions for all of my subjects.
All of them.
Yes, sir.
Mathematics, you were?
Try to be very respectful also to your teachers because nothing beats that. These people have a whole wealth of knowledge. So
Hello, guys. Welcome back to Gift Varsity TV. This is Ozekana. We are at the University of Cape Town in Cape Town, right here, the top university in the African continent. I'm with one of students here at University of Cape Town. Hello, my brother.
hello, Puti.
How are you?
I'm
good. Can you please introduce yourself to my viewers?
Well, I am Velam Shalukana from the Eastern Cape in a small village called Kume, Etsomo.
Okay, so you are here at UCT now, right?
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, what are you studying currently?
I'm currently doing medicine.
Oh, medicine.
Yes, sir.
At UCT. All right. So tell us about yourself. Like, which high school did you attend?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Initially, I went to Rainbow Preparatory Academy, which was my primary school. Then I went to St. James Senior Secondary School in Tsofimvaba for my high school years.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Also, you studied at
Rainbow Preparatory Academy.
Okay, Rainbow Preparatory Academy.
Yes, sir.
Then after that, you went to St. James.
St. James Senior Secondary
School. Okay. So currently you're at UCT.
Yes. Sir.
Okay, let's. What kind of a learner were you in high school? Like,
in high school, from grade 10 up to grade 12, I was just a low 80 student. My average was just there. Then from July onwards, that's where an improvement was.
In grade 12.
In grade 12, which wasn't very late, I think.
Because you're one of the top achievers in Eastern Cape, right?
Fortunately,
for Matric 2022.
Yes,
yeah. So, like, we were top achiever in what?
I was not for a particular subject.
Yes.
They said I was second in our cluster. I was second in our cluster, but not for a particular subject.
Oh, no, not for a particular subject.
Sir.
How many distinctions did you get?
I had distinctions for all of my subjects.
All of them?
Yes, sir.
Mathematics, you were?
Yeah, I was 799.
Eh?
99%, level 7.
In mathematics?
Yes, sir.
Physical science?
I had a 95.
Life sciences?
Life sciences, I had a 96.
So what was your average, bro?
My average was 93, sir.
Hey, 93%.
Yes, sir.
Wow. So you really worked hard in grade 12.
I did work hard.
So what is your secret, bro? What is your secret?
So my secrets in terms of studying, in grade 11, I found that I was a good learner with the use of active recall and spaced repetition. So I used those. But what really changed how I studied and everything were my teachers. Was my teachers actually. Because as I said, until March grade 12, I was a low 80 student. From there, that's when changes happened. So my secret were teachers.
Oh, yeah. Teachers, sir. How did your teacher assist?
See, in March when we got our results, my average was in the low 80s. So I was happy because that's what I always had. Yeah. I always got those marks, so I was happy. When I showed my teachers, in particular 3 teachers, it was Mr. Mbete, Mbute, and Mboi. They were very disappointed. They showed disappointment. Yeah. So I knew if these people were disappointed, that means they expected I could do better. And I tried working better. That's how it came by.
Okay. Let's go deeper. Like, in terms of mathematics, let's start with mathematics. You nearly got 100%, but it happened that probably you lost some marks there and there. Then it landed you to get 99%, right? In which is still a wonderful mark, right?
Yes.
So how did you make sure that you get these incredible marks in mathematics?
So for mathematics, I used a lot of question papers because I remember I had a friend who we practiced question papers with. So we would set our time. Maths papers were 3 hours, so we would finish marking our maths papers by 1 hour 30 minutes. So that's what helped me in terms of time management and more practice, because if you do a question paper in 1 hour 30 minutes, you're able to do probably 2 question papers a day. So I used a lot of question papers.
Oh, you used a lot of question papers, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it's just practice throughout.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, guys, the secret is it's just practicing. It's just practicing previous question papers, and make sure that you do a lot of question papers, because the strategy is to you understanding on how to solve a particular question, right? Yeah. So physics. Let's go to physics now.
Physics was essentially the same strategy, but for chemistry, because we had a lot of content, not just calculations. So I did this active recall thing that I told you about. So that's what I used, but it's still question papers, the main part of it. Yes, sir.
Like extra resources, like
Extra resources.
Yeah, like what are the other things that like assisted you?
Yeah. So we had these applications, apps. So I used a lot of apps. I used question papers. I used there's this series, what answer series, that book. I used that book a lot. So that's what really helped me.
Oh, the answer series.
Yeah,
book. Okay. All right. Okay. So like, let's talk about all subject now. Like, what? Like, I just want to ask, like, what kept you moving, like, to make sure that you become consistent and you really get all those level 7s in grade 12?
So I've always thought that for someone to pass, it doesn't really only depend on the methods they use in studying and everything that pertains to studying, the actual studying. So firstly, if I was to say what made me achieve those marks, I would say it was firstly my study time and effectiveness of that study time. Because there's this term people say, it's smart work, which people use as an advantage of doing little work. So I used that to my advantage. As I said, my teachers helped me. In term 1, I studied 3 hours a day, right? So when I saw that I wasn't doing enough, I increased that time by 100%. So I studied 6 hours from 7 to 10, then 3 to 7, which I still had 5 hours of sleep, which is a decent amount of sleep. So the first is study time and effectiveness of that study time. The second thing is pressure, how you try to handle the pressure that comes with grade 12. So what I did at grade 12 was, so there's this thing of healthy competition. So please do try, people should try engaging in healthy competition, but ultimately if they can just engage in no competition at all.
What is healthy competition?
Healthy competition is where you compete with someone, but for the benefit of both of you. Not one should be shut down, anything, for the benefit of both of you. But even that isn't very, it's great, but if you can just engage in no competition at all, because with that you try to kill all of the jealousy that's within you. You work towards beating yourself than the person next to you. You are able to clap, congratulate people with an open heart, even if they surpassed your marks. So you do not really have pressure if you are not working towards beating someone else. Yeah. And then the other thing I think is very essential is this thing of optimism, whereby you, regardless of your situation, you just know that everyone has problems. So because you have problems doesn't mean you are the only person with problems in this world. Just use your problems and adapt to them. I remember, as I told you about this active recall and spaced repetition stuff, they needed a certain app called Anki, which at the time I didn't have gadgets that were able to take in that kind of software. So instead of giving up from this method that I said I wanted to use, I actually just used papers, whatever resource I had. I used paper to draft timetables, to convert everything I read into questions, instead of just giving up on what I had. So if a person has maybe a roommate who drinks, or their family has certain problems, do not use that as an excuse for giving up. Just try adapting to those. And lastly, before I waste a lot of your time, I think another thing that will assist students actually, another thing that I said I think is very essential for students to get the marks they want, is the use of resources, using all the resources you have optimally, rather than complaining about all the resources you do not have. So regardless of your maybe socioeconomic status, which maybe you might not have an iPad or other gadgets, I think one baseline, something we all have, are teachers. So make sure you respect your teachers, because those people definitely know a lot more than you do. So please do try knocking on their doors, asking questions, and allowing for them to advise you. So those are the things that I think really assisted me during my grade 12.
Right. Oh wow, that's great, guys. Indeed, do not have excuses of things that are not going to assist you. And just try to use what you have and do what you can so that you can achieve what you want.
Yes.
Yeah, indeed. Try find ways. Other ways. You see, he even said that his teachers were there to assist him to make sure that he obtained good marks. Right. Yeah. So what attributes or characteristics do you think that a student in grade 12 must have?
I think firstly is it should be discipline. So in terms of whether you work consistently or not, you should be able to have discipline, work consistently, and you should be able to allow people to correct you, allow people to teach you, allow yourself to use other people's views, because no one is an island. So just please do try to be very respectful also to your teachers, because nothing beats that. These people have a whole wealth of knowledge, so please do try to be respectful. It goes a very long way.
Yeah, respect, discipline. Indeed. Thank you so much, my brother. So now you indeed, you really worked hard. The sweat and the blood came to an end, and now you got great marks in January. Like, how did you react when you finally found out? Like, where were you when you realized that you had all level 7s?
I was actually at East London ICC for the awards.
Okay, like let's say, like, okay, yeah, continue. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
So when I got these marks, it was kind of something that I won't say I expected, but it wasn't so much of an exciting thing.
Yeah.
What was exciting, because the ultimate goal was ultimately coming to UCT. What was very exciting was knowing that I met UCT.
Yes.
But I was excited for the marks because they were going to put me at UCT eventually. But yeah, it was very great experience.
It was a very great experience at ICC, and they announced you that you are the top achiever in. So now, out of all the courses, you decided to study medicine. Like, what sparked for you to want to study medicine?
So what made me want to study medicine, which I think is a very small thing, but I've never in my life thought of myself as doing anything else, right? So even when during that application period, I remember there were usually 3 or 2 options. So I really didn't have something I knew I could fall back on. I just took things that were ultimately going to lead me into medicine. So I took BSc, I took some courses within the health faculty that were going to put me back into medicine. So I didn't really have anything in mind.
Okay, so you were like, even if I don't get into the program at first,
I have
but at the end, the ultimate goal is to get in medicine, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How is studying medicine at UCT currently now?
Yeah, so studying medicine here, first it's a huge jump from the workload we had in Matric and now. But I think, like every other course, it is difficult, but it's doable. It's doable, very doable. But it's very difficult, I can say.
It's difficult. It's not like high school now.
Not like high school.
Things have changed. All right. So, any last words or words of advice to any matriculant that is currently watching us and they want to do well, in their matric, like any other? You said a lot, indeed, my brother. But like any other things that you say, you can look at them there.
Okay. I think the last things that I could say is, or actually first, if you do not have, you have to have something that you think of and gives you the motivation to study or the drive to study. And if you do not have that, because some people may not have that, just think of yourself in the next year actually, because next year people are going to take different paths. You do not want to see yourself stagnant. You want to see yourself progressing forward in life, which is this period that is going to enable you to progress. You still have a choice of whether you are going to have the type of results you want or you won't have the type of results you want, which is going to be achieved by you making a few sacrifices. So I think that's really all I have to say to them.
Wow. You still have time, guys. You still have an opportunity to get the results that you want to get in high school. It's still possible, and you can do this, right? Thank you so much for your time, my brother, on this channel. Guys, please make sure you like this video. This video must get 1 million views. Thank you so much for watching. Until this time, Gift Pozekana here, your host. I was it, future doctor Salukana. Yes. Thank you so much for your time. Till next time.